Sunny Side with Joyce, only on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Oh dear, there's too much to talk about today. Welcome, 99.3 Nigeria Info. You're on the sunny side. The sun rises here. We hold it to be worthy of note today, so let me quickly run by your hearing what we have earmarked for the day. First, we're continuing our conversation, which barely started yesterday, on housing and the cost of housing in Lagos, plus the situation now created by Nigerian middlemen as far as rentage goes. There's that, and then after that, I really think we need to begin this process of following up with NANS. It's very dramatic what has emerged with NANS, and I think that we need to pay attention with it. Over the weekend, I came by a video of he's referred to as the factional leader, National Association of Nigerian Students factional leader. He raised some serious allegations against the president's son. And I think it was Friday or Saturday, I'm not sure. The president's son decided to respond to the matter, but appearing to be more forgiving than enraged by the said allegations. Okay, now this morning I hear that the DSS has stepped into the matter, but the situation, according to Sahara reporters, is, and I quote, DSS detains NANS president Atiku Issa in hospital after exposing Sheikh Tinubu's 100 million naira bribe offer. Wow. It said that now he is forced to recant his statement earlier made and made to pose with a gun for blackmail. So this is beyond sensational. I think it's melodramatic in a way that if we blink, we could miss out on how this develops. So today we intend to open up the conversation around here, and I want to get your reaction to this. We'll just do that briefly, and then we need to go into the world of science. In the world of science and technology, too much has happened in the last 2 weeks. I feel like I'm the one who's late, but I'm picking up wherever I can. And right now, secret CIA files are alleging that they know locations of alien bases. Now, the interesting thing about this is I don't know whether you think you know what they mean when they say aliens. It's a little difficult to honestly have any other reference points except to refer to the movies. So if you watch foreign movies, you pretty much have a concept, a reference point of what they mean when they say aliens. But that's exactly what I think we should find out together today on the show. When the world refers to aliens, what do you think they mean? And by the way, just so you know, these bases are, across the world. Unfortunately, this particular document only references about 4 locations. They say there's a location in Alaska. I think I've always known that one. South America, Africa, and somewhere in Saturn. Okay, crazy stuff, right? So we'll just do the easy work of trying to figure out what they mean when they say alien. I'm curious to find out what your folklore refers to as aliens, and I'm looking forward to how hilarious the commentary around that's going to be today on the show. At 2:30? Yes, 2:30. Desmond should be here with Environmental Watch. Okay, so you can tell we have a busy one with us today, and if we begin, we may be able to get in quicker. Hold on. Yes, we'll be able to get in or get out quicker than we got in. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Nigeria Info.
If news is your quest, or gist your request,
yeah!
Well, somewhere over your rainbows.
Over your rainbow!
Is the sunny side.
They better know it!
With Joyce.
Asaba, what exactly is going on? Please, I need to know. What is in Asaba that shop rent should be 15 million naira? Apart from the fact that Asaba used to be Nollywood Film Village, which was what even made the city popular. And now, filmmakers have even left Asaba again and come back to Lagos. What else is in Asaba that shop rent should be 15 million naira? I need to understand what I need to be selling in that shop that I will make back 15 million naira to pay my landlord at the end of the year. I need to know the kind of product that I will sell in the shop to enable me to pay another 15 million naira at the end of the year. No, because this is really getting crazy. Apart from the fact that insecurity have chased most Easterners to Asaba to come and seek refuge. Even the refuge now itself is not even working anymore because Asaba is no longer safe. The insecurity has also met us here. So what else is in Asaba that agents, landlords will be putting house rent and shop rent on Iroko 3? For the past 1 month now, I've been looking for shop. And if I see any sizable, reasonable shop, any fine shop, by the time you ask for price, you hear 15 million, 10 million, 5 million. Why? I'm just going from another one now. Yearly rent. Those line of Marapo shops opposite police headquarters. Last 2 years when they were building those shops, I remember vividly well when I made the inquiry, it was 350,000. Now, that shop is 3 million naira. I just went there now to see one that a tenant is packing out from. 3 million naira, total package 5 million. Why? What is the total package? What is that 2 million naira on top of it that should make it total package 5 million, yearly rent 3 million? Is agency agreement not supposed to be 10%? Please, see, I'm not going to keep quiet. I'm frustrated. I'm not going to keep quiet. I need to know the right authorities to report this kind of matter to. I need to know who we should report agents, landlords to. I need to know who is responsible for regulating issues and matters like this. We are complaining about corruption and insecurity and everything that is going on in this country. And yet, we the Nigerians, we the citizens, we are making life miserable for our fellow citizens. We are making life miserable for everybody. Why should house rents self-contained in Asaba be 800, 1 million, 1.2? 2-bedroom flat, 2.5 million. I don't even want to talk about the outrageous sudden house increase that they do. Landlord will just call you up and say, once your rent expires, if you want to renew, the house rent is now 3 million naira. The 300% and 200% increase that they do, rent that you're paying 350 for, suddenly you're not paying 1 million. Next year is 1.5 million. Another year is 1.7 million. And if you don't want to pay, you pack out. Some other person will pay and leave. See, but the one that is affecting me now is this shop. My head is busting. I need to know why shop should be 15 million naira in Asaba. Please, I need to understand why shop should be 15 million naira yearly rent in Asaba. Please, somebody explain to me. Please help me tag the right authorities where I can take up this matter. I need to know who to report this landlord to. Please.
All right, so you kind of have a frame of reference at this point. It's really now Nigerians complaining about the cost of, I think, cost of everything, but specifically today, we're looking at housing. The difficulty faced by Nigerians when it comes to rents, paying for agents, getting apartments. I even saw a video yesterday of an agent who defrauded people. But let's assume that's an independent conversation. It's now that Nigerians are having to pay through the nose when it comes to rentage. Yesterday, I was told that an apartment that used to be 800 moved up to, I think, 1.4 million is what he had to start paying. So it does quite appear that the difficulty is not managed, and if not managed, could become worse. So let's talk. 0201-2770-993, 0201-465-7190, and 08095975805. The latter is our WhatsApp number. So I guess there are a number of aspects to this. There's the regulation of it. There is maybe the fact that Nigerians are exploiting the situation, of course, in the same breath, exploiting other Nigerians. There is what can be the potential forecast. Maybe, for example, the entire collapse of that industry. Do you think it may collapse? Because at some point, people are priced out of the market. And then what does that say for people who want to live in Lagos, people who live in Lagos, people who are from Lagos, and the very general aspect of the standard of living? We're talking on Nigeria Info this very beautiful Wednesday afternoon. We hold it to be worthy of note. Good afternoon to you, and thank you so much for being here.
Joyce, good afternoon.
Thank you for being here. Tell me your name and go ahead.
Yeah, you have Mr. Mba online.
Great, go ahead.
Joyce, I'm one of those who have suffered about all those housing problems in Lagos. Joyce, if you like, I will take a number of a developer. I met the other day, I think on Sunday when I go to church, I saw his number where he pressed it on the new house. Number, I think, is that 18 Orufumilayo, there in the Mushi here. I'll give you the detail. You know, the total package this man gave me about a loan sale content, 3 point something million. 2 years, I think annual rent 1.7 million. Then I told him that no, it's too much for me. Can I get like $1 million? He said no, you don't have for now. So Joyce, look at that lady that complained in Asaba. I conclude that the reason why we suffer all those things is because we don't have government in this country. Those ones who are enjoying one Nigeria is those elected ones. Those who claim to be the leaders, who claim to represent you and represent me. They are the people who enjoy this country. But the common man, common masses like we are the one who pay the price. But where we claim that we have a government. Joyce, time has come. Let everybody, every region agitate for self-determination. Enough is enough. We don't have government. Look at the way people are complaining. You can come to the bus stop. Somebody will begin you to assist him or her in transport. Wear dress. Where you look at the person, look at yourself, you discover that person even fresh more than you. So we don't have government. Everybody, when you go to the streets, you behave as you like. Landlord, call price. And bus drivers, call price. No regression. There is no government. Let us stop all this rubbish. There is no government. We don't have government. This is not how a contract built. It's a shame. It's a very big shame. An unbreakable heart. Sorry, thank you.
Yeah. Hello, Nigeria Info. You're on the sunny side. So good to have you join the conversation. Welcome. What's your name?
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Good afternoon to you. Thank you for calling me.
My name is Robert.
Welcome, Robert.
Joyce, the issue is not about the government. The issue is about the middlemen, the agents that are giving prospective tenants houses to rent. Mm-hmm. If you look at this issue, let me use Lagos because this is where I stay. I don't stay in Asaba. In Lagos State, most of the landlords there, the house rents depend on the area. I know some areas are very costly. You understand? Mm-hmm. But in 2011, I think Fashola promulgated a law, that Lagos State Tenancy Law. I have that book with me. Even Fashola, this present governor, what is his name now? This man in power now, I forgot the Lagos State governor. He promised that the book will be reviewed and the problem between tenants and landlord is set to house rent should come now something. I don't know, maybe he has dropped the idea or is he. So to my understanding, the issue per se is not landlord.
Okay.
So some landlords agree, but not all of them. Yeah. I am telling you, the major problem why house rent is very costly in Lagos is the agent. If you look, even the money that agent will charge you is even almost what you pay as a rent in a year.
And you don't think that's a problem?
That is the problem.
Uh-oh.
That is the problem. Yes, the agent, the middleman, not the landlord per se. Is not all the landlord that I said earlier.
Okay.
Some landlords are okay, but the agents are the problem. They want to claim agency fee just like the amount of rent you pay to landlord.
All right. Okay.
Yes, thank
you so much for calling. I appreciate you on the sunny side. Good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for calling me.
Hi, Joyce.
Afternoon to you. Welcome. Tell me your name. Go ahead.
Raprichu is my name.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you. Please go ahead.
I'm calling from Alimosho.
Okay, good.
No, I say Raprichu is my name. I'm calling from Alimosho.
I heard you. Please go ahead.
Oh, okay, good. Well, I think the problem is the agents. Most of them are, they're dubious, have dubious character. In fact, in short, they are dupers. Most of these agents, because someone is desperate to rent a house where his family will lay their head, then he take that opportunity, he grab his money, then at the same time he grab about 4 people in the same apartment, then he will disappear. These are not dupes, they are dupers. You see, houses have categories. There's some houses built with, full option. You can't compare, but some people go and rent outdated houses. You know, do you compare that with, standard buildings? that have full option, water system, everything, borehole, electricity, constant electricity. You don't compare that because that place, the price will be more. It depends on categories. Your category, you look for the one. But all these are outdated. They deal with substandard material, low material. The price is supposed to come down. But the problem is the agent. And again, government is supposed to, build low-cost houses for low-cost earners so that they can, the suffering is much. If they build low-cost houses, for low-cost earners so that they can meet up with the challenges. But only thing I can say there is the problem we are having is the agents.
Thank you so much.
Most of them have dubious character. Thank you.
I appreciate it. The sunny side, you're listening to Nigeria Info. It's so good to have you join the conversation. Welcome.
Hello, Joyce. Good afternoon.
Turn off the volume of your radio set.
Hello?
Turn off the volume of your radio set.
Sorry.
Thank you for calling. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
Hello?
I can hear you. Tell us your name. Go ahead.
Joyce, this is Market Woman. We are blaming the agents. Who give the house to the agents? You know some landlords, they will be the landlord, they will be the agents. Them themselves will collect all those money. I don't blame the agents too much. It's the landlord that give his house to agents, because so that agent will put more money there. That is how I see it too. Because me, I can't do that. Even though if you build your house with all the material are very expensive, is it one day you are going to collect the money? If the house will spend so many years, why do you want to just slaughter people because you build a house or you build a shop? It's not right. See, you know why Nigerians refuse to react in everything that comes to them? Because one way or the other, they find other people to oppress. Because they will just say, government can do anything they like. Me, myself, I have this one, I will use it to oppress another. That is why they refuse to fight. Then the youth go for another evil means to survive. Thank you.
All right. I appreciate you calling in. 99.3 Nigeria Info. People are sending me videos on WhatsApp. I'll get to WhatsApp in a moment. Hello, good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, Joyce, good afternoon.
Afternoon to you. Thank you very much for calling.
This is Chris.
Welcome, Chris.
God is so merciful. Joyce, if you travel to Lekki here, see estates empty. The other day I was going to Lakwe. Before Ibrahim Adesanya, vast of land empty. Estates, Joyce, estates. Nobody. Who owns those houses? The other day, AFCC come up with a man with 700 and something duplexes. Joyce, I don't know if you remember that story, right? Till today, what happened to that man? What happened to those houses? And when we talk top government, people will say, hey, it's not today, it started. Those three managers that had 80 billion in each account. Joyce, if you use 80 billion to build a one-bedroom apartment, a two-bedroom apartment for people, poor people, one person, 80 billion, Joyce. Then when we talk, they say, government, everything, we blame government. In Libya, we know what happened in Libya when a minister chopped Ministry of Works money. In Nigeria here, we have Ministry of Works. The triple minister that left, upon all the praises, they always praise that guy. The houses he built in Ikorodu, if you go there, Joyce, most of them are empty. Okay. They will tell you 27 million, 40 million.
Okay, hold on a second. Yeah? I want to go off on a break. We'll come back to this.
I will hold on. Hold on.
More talk, news, and sports after this. Every day is about winning with one play on Nigeria Info. On Nigeria Info, daily winnings is now over 150,000 naira. Just go to oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 #3#. Play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day on the Morning Crossfire, WhatsApp Lagos, and Game On shows on weekdays, and the Football Frenzy shows on weekends. But that's not all. Every Friday, there will be a 500,000 Naira jackpot. Playing during the week automatically qualifies you for the weekly jackpot. Your chances of winning are the same whether you play on oneplay.ng or dial *347*880*3#. Remember to play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lashon Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire, their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight, each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher, the battle returns and it's full of fire. Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Then step right up. It's time for more.
Live auditions for Fan Battle 4 are on Saturday, May the 10th from 10 a.m. at Nigeria Info Studios, 267A at Tim Ian Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos.
Fan Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
All right, so I have a caller holding on for me. Thank you so much, caller, for waiting. I do appreciate it.
Thank you, Joyce. Thank you. Like I was saying, I wish house is a movable item. I'm telling you. Come to Ikoyi here, Joyce. High-rise building. You see all these old colonial houses? They will demolish it and put up 12, 13, 14-story buildings. Who will rent those houses with those amounts? Empty, most of them. Is it Banana Island here? Is it Banana? They call them, I'm telling you, Joyce, Ikoyi. That's what is raining for them now. You know, they cannot move those money abroad again. Here you get. Now they use it in building all these houses, and the poor people serving them cannot rent those houses. People come all the way from Ogun State. Akute, Songo, 4 a.m. you leave your house to come and serve these people. And they can't put up one room. Put it by the river there or bush one side there for us to, no way. Go to Federal Secretariat at Obalende. You know Federal Secretariat? Go and see that structure there. Waiting. Instead of renovating that building and give it to these poor people who are serving you people, no. They will build all this in the name of a president or whatever. You have over 200 houses and you are happy. The man that have 700 and something, EFCC is telling me due to whatever, they cannot mention them. That's why I say God is so merciful. But no problem. Let them continue. The after effect will tell on every one of them. Thank you, Joyce.
It's 1 o'clock. We are in a time where people yearn for information.
Information is quick. The larger the reach, the better.
Bits.
Pieces.
And the whole. All the details right here on Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
The News update on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. You are listening to the news updates this hour. Pilot error and poor safety practices caused the helicopter crash that killed Herbert Wigwe, his wife, son, and 3 others in February last year. And that's according to the final report from the U.S. National Transportation Safety Board. Investigators say the pilot flew into poor weather conditions using visual flight rules when instrument flight was required, leading to spatial disorientation and a loss of control. The helicopter crashed near the California-Nevada border, killing all 6 people on board, including former Nigerian Exchange Group Chairman Abimbola Ogunbanjo. The report also revealed that a key safety device, the radar altimeter, wasn't working. The pilot had flagged the issue before takeoff. Moving on, the Lagos State Ministry of Agriculture has launched a new food system strategy to boost food security and cut food prices by up to 50%. Speaking at the 2025 ministerial press briefing, Commissioner for Agriculture Abisola Olusonya outlined key projects such as logistics hub, fish farming, and safer meat distribution.
The economic footprint of the hub is expected to generate over 5 billion income opportunities across the agriculture and logistics value chains, from farmers to transporters to retailers to cold chain operators. It is guaranteed to supply uninterrupted to over 10 million Lagos residents for at least 90 days during emergency or lean periods.
The strategy also aims to create 5 million jobs and support 10 million residents during emergencies. And now to education. The Minister of Education, Tunji Alausa, says WAEC and NECO exams will be fully computer-based starting in November 2025. He linked recent poor UTME results to a reduction in exam malpractice, saying the digital transition will boost exam integrity. Meanwhile, education expert Dr. Peter Ogundoro says students shouldn't be blamed for the poor UTME results for the year 2025. Speaking to Nigeria Info, he pointed to systemic failures, inadequate teacher training, and a lack of digital tools, warning that things could get worse by 2026.
Children they are not at the center of the problem. It's the system. Government hasn't given teachers the right skills. The school owners are grappling with a lot of challenges, especially in the private school sector. And then again, the public school sector is not faring any better because the classrooms are overcrowded. So we are expecting, a lot of miracles from our classroom.
Meanwhile, Dr. Obidwa of the Nigerian teachers community is calling for more investment in teacher training, improved salaries, and digital infrastructure. And finally, Professor Patutomi is uniting opposition leaders to form a shadow government to challenge President Tinubu's policies. He says Nigeria's economic hardship and rising insecurity make the move urgent. The group plans to hold weekly policy reviews and offer alternative solutions. But Information Minister Mohammed Idris disagrees. He says the idea is unconstitutional and insists that legitimate opposition must go through the National Assembly. Professor Utomi maintains its response to what he describes as a national emergency, citing worsening poverty and the departure of multinational companies from the country. And that's all we have for you from the newsroom at this time. I'll take you back to the sunny side with Joyce right here at 99.3 Nigeria Info. I am Yvonne Ohaifo. Good afternoon to you, Lagos, and thank you for your time.
If news is your quest, or gist your request, well, somewhere over your rainbows.
Over your rainbow!
Is the sunny side.
They better know it!
With Joyce.
Let's talk. Worthy of no. There are
mysteries to the universe we were never meant to solve. But who we are and why we are here are not among them.
And so, we do not leave to chance our duty to think, for why else then are we free beings? For it is slaves who run into fantasies, flatteries, and fads as one goes into sickness.
What is your profession? Go now, run along and tell your Xerxes he faces free men here, not slaves.
Dread it, run from it. Destiny arrives all the same.
Tick, says the clock. What we have to do today is worthy of note.
This is Sunny Side with Joyce, only on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
.3 Nigeria Info, the Sunny Side. We're back to this conversation on housing in Lagos. So let me share with you what I found. Lagos, Nigeria, significant housing deficit exists. And maybe it's obvious as to the reason for this. This is central. This is an economic hub. It does quite appear that people live villages and the hinterlands, come to the city to make a living for themselves. So the reason this is a dense city is also because of, I guess, people have made life here, people run businesses here, and because this is exactly where there are a lot of people, this is the center of market. You would find that people come here to establish businesses, to operate markets, to make an income, and the entire food chain says anywhere where there is development, a lot more people converge there. So maybe that's like a sketchy concept as to why Lagos is populated. Now, the figures suggest it's estimated to be over 3 million housing units needed to meet demand. 3 million units. And so we don't know how they're going to stack it up, maybe like the Chinese or whatever else it's modern in the world of architecture today. But 3 million units can begin to meet the demand of whatever we see in Lagos today. The deficit is particularly acute in major cities like Lagos, where rising housing costs and limited affordable options have exacerbated the problem. So yes, indeed, we're really looking at a problem, but we must also admit that existing accommodation appears to really be getting out of the pricing economic power of the average Nigerian. The prices are too high. Agents appear to be taking advantage, it would appear, except, would love for agents to tell us what exactly is happening. What's the justification for this charge? Now, it used to be, at least what I heard was, I think 5 to 10%. It doesn't quite appear that that's actually what the agents are charging. Now, if you're an agent and there are agents who are exploiting Nigerians, what's the recourse for the Nigerian who's been exploited? We're talking on Nigeria Info. Good to have you.
Hello, good afternoon, Joyce.
Afternoon, thank you. It's good to have you here.
Yeah, the problem we have is not agents.
What's your name, by the way?
It's not agents.
What's your name?
We are talking about my name is Godwin. I'm calling from Ogun State.
Thank you for calling.
Yeah, I'm calling from Ogun State. And the problem we have is that the government is not left to its responsibility. Mm-hmm. In Ogun State here, we have very vast area of land that is needed to be developed. And the two governments of Lagos State and Ogun State, they are not keen to develop the road infrastructure that will decongest Lagos. Like here we are living, the land here is not too expensive. Flat, you can get a one-bedroom flat here for 150,000 or 200,000. And if you have a good road network, people from Lagos can be coming to this area, do their business, or have their own apartments here. And so you cannot blame the agencies because of the demand and supply mechanism. You cannot just because the people that are looking for houses are more than the people that have the houses available. So these are the areas that we look into. I'm not calling agents or this and that. Myself, I'm an agent, and I know how we operate here. So
Well,
it's not a matter of.
I can understand you defending the agents, but you can't blame those who also blame agents for overcharging. By the way, since you're an agent, what is the standard fee for your consultation?
It's not more than 10%, depending on the amount that is involved.
It shouldn't. Legally, 10%. It's not supposed to be more than 10%.
Yeah, depending on the amount that is involved. Sometimes if it's a very higher amount of money, you can take 5%.
Okay.
So it's not though we have the Shylock landlords, we have Shylock agents. But that does not mean that you can hit the whole blame on the part of the agent.
Yeah, but you can't blame those who are complaining, because people are complaining, and a handful of them have had reasons to blame the agents, and justifiable reasons they give.
Yes, of course, yes. We have some dubious agents, those people that can even collect some money and they butter their way with some people's money. That we have seen such cases, but the problem, let the government live up to their responsibilities.
Okay.
And things will come down. Yes.
Thank you so much for calling.
Yeah, welcome.
I appreciate the sunny side. Good afternoon to you. It's so good to have you join the conversation.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
Hello.
I can hear you. Tell
good afternoon.
Go ahead.
Is that Auntie Joyce?
My name's Joyce. What's yours?
Yeah, okay. What is there that I'm Akigbe from First Start?
Excuse me.
Akigbe from First Start.
Go ahead. Thank you.
Okay. What is there that generally the Nigeria people that are rich, they seem to be blind. If only the churches that have money can build flats, like in Plateau State, local government build their own houses for their staff closer to where they work at the secretariat. Then they still build another one outside for non-governmental people to rent in Plateau State. Then in Lagos here, we have gigantic houses in what they call it, all these churches. They say they have a camp. Those houses in the camp, like the Redeem, like the Mountain of Fire, and many other, it's empty. It's only once in a year or 2 times in a year that they go there for camp. And when they come, the houses remain empty. So this kind of reasoning, it baffles me. Then you have the bigger people like Marwa houses he built at Alausa. 7 million as of that time. How many civil servants have 7 million to buy a house? Or the ordinary farmer? So in each local government, they're supposed to have estates that belong to government. Anyone that did not pay, they remove the person.
Or like a housing unit.
Or they pay instrumentally, yes?
Like a housing unit, really.
Hello?
You're referring
to
a
housing unit.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
The state government, the federal government, the local government, if they flood houses that is affordable to humans, say, why should they treat Nigeria inhuman? Like goats. You see a husband and wife with children living in 2 bedrooms. That is unfair now. The boys and girls living in 1 room. Then the husband and the wife living in 1 room. Right. Signal sexual immorality. This is where the corruption starts now.
Thank you.
When children live uncomfortably, they will not be happy.
Okay. I appreciate you calling.
We don't know who will help us to speak to these people now. I think the journalists are more in position to do that. That they should bring their brain down, because this world is not going to last forever. People like Adeboye and the Mountain of Fire man, they're supposed to be the one to represent the masses. Rather, they subdue the masses to nonsense. Better living is what makes a man, not a husband and wife living in 1 room.
Okay.
Thank you, man.
All right. 99.3 Nigeria Info. I'm going to have to read this one. I'm Idowu from Ago Palace. This is what the Yoruba will call Konko Jabele Kalukulomi Shetire. I don't know what that means, and I hope I got it right. The case of Nigeria is like life in the jungle, where bigger animals feast on smaller animals to survive, and the government is not helping the matter. Thank you so much for writing me. I do appreciate. Hello, how are you?
Yeah, good afternoon, Joyce.
Afternoon to you. So good to have you. Welcome.
Yeah, Marco from First Start.
Fantastic.
Like I said yesterday, is the forces of market. But again, government has failed in coming in to intervene as responsible government. I mean, state government, federal government. As it's supposed to be, what worries the people should also worry the government. But because there's the worries of the people does not determine how they vote or who gets in. So nobody's worried to present solution before they get in. Now, mortgage is dead. So it's not even in practice in Nigeria. Like somebody said, deliberately opening up areas to move people to the outskirts. They are not doing that. Even those developers, I listened to one program, they said they literally go to government to lobby government people and pay them to come open up the areas. They pay for Caterpillar to open up, not even to tar, so that the people can access the lands they are selling to them. The government maybe it's government, because if people have options, they will explore that options. If you don't have options, then you just deal with what you have.
Yeah,
if
but
you
pardon
must
me.
Go to work.
Pardon me. When you say it's market forces, that the rules of demand and supply driving what we're seeing today, is there an invisible force that is bringing about this reality today, that's forcing demand to be more than supply? And isn't that an economic problem? Because it does quite appear to me that when you say it's demand and supply, it's almost not regarded as a problem.
No.
Okay.
No. You see, even if government can intervene, because you operate in an environment integrated by the government. You understand? But when government is not interested in intervening, then the law of the demand and supply will take effect. Because otherwise, if you allow government always come in, even in America, or if in other Western developed countries, they come in and say, if we can't allow forces of the market to do that, it will keep some people out. So government will intervene to control the capitalism, the capitalist tendencies there.
All right.
Because government is about the welfare of the people. But if that aspect of the welfare doesn't come in, then it's the Shylock, it's the capitalist, it's the free reign.
Okay.
So government has to make a deliberate effort to come in with policies.
I appreciate you.
Thank
you so much for calling. Good afternoon, Joyce. When I heard about land in rural areas of Asaba selling for 80 million a plot, well, you couldn't believe it. Ubolu Asaba, neighboring village, still sells land for 4.5 million. I think why Asaba became a luxury out of the blue is because of insecurity in eastern Nigeria. Almost all the lands in Asaba today have been bought up by Imo State people. All right, so I guess there's also something to unravel out of Asaba. Hello, good afternoon to you. So good to have you join the conversation.
Hello, good afternoon, Joyce.
Afternoon to you. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, this is the merchant.
Okay.
Joyce, I think Akunwumi Adesina's report that some politicians we are trying to downplay is evident to what is happening. The last caller was trying to bring economic interpretations to it. The problem we are facing now is failure of governance. We have gone back to the days of pre-colonialism or to immediately after colonialism, just like Adesina said. What we are suffering today is as a result of non-influence of government in political domain or in social domain. The problem we are facing now is we are like those days when we study the state of nature. Nigerians are already we are back in the state of nature where there is no coordination of governance. And the implication of this is that somebody wakes up tomorrow and decides to do anything, decides to fabricate anything and begin to implement it, because the government that's supposed to regulate the activities and the affairs of people is not in charge.
Yeah.
When they were campaigning, we are thinking they were all campaigning to affect our lives positively. No, they eventually got hold on the political power and decided to use it to deal with us. How are they dealing with us? Only to loot, only to borrow, and continue looting and looting. People are left to fend for themselves, and this is the reason you see agencies, people, non-state actors, bringing up things like agency, house rent, and the rest of it. When you want to rent house, they will tell you 100% and so percentage, and there is no regulation. Because I remember when Fashola was in power, he was the only person then who actually promulgated tenancy policy that actually had the tenant interest covered. But what we see today is do as you like in the temple of political arena. So just like Emba said, I think every 4 years we continue to renegotiate our slavery with these people. If only Nigerians would have been bold enough to demand, I think it is on the aspect of is it cowardice and laziness that Nigerians decided to always fall back to political engagement after every 4 years, because the fear of standing on our feet regionally as a people is the reason these people decided and have already made it a point of grip that nobody can remove them from our hold. So they are holding us in as much as they will always use tribalism, ethnicity, and religion to divide us, because that's not how we can speak as a people. Until we realize that we're supposed to stand up on our feet and determine for self-determination, let everybody go to their region and compete with each other. If not that, we will continue to come on radio, complain and speak nonsense English, and these people will continue to make us try. I said it during the election that whenever you people were telling us on the jingles that the election has implication, just I don't know if you remember that I told you that I would never vote, because when you say election has consequences, I asked what would be the implication of the election, because I saw what would happen. Bet me, anytime you go to the pool, it is for somebody to renegotiate your slavery. Everybody clapping that by 2027, something will happen. Nothing will happen until we will be bold enough to demand for what belongs to us. What belongs to us is all of us coming together to decide on how to get governed. Yeah. Thank you, my God.
I do appreciate you calling in. Thank you. This message is Mark from Majek. He says, the problem is greedy landlords. They don't fear God. My landlord has not increased rent for over 5 years. He's also human. Well, I guess that's a very good man right there. Hello, the sunny side. How are you?
Hello, good afternoon.
Thank you for calling.
Go
ahead.
I greet you. Sister, market force is not when you put POP to a house built in 1990 and increase it to 2026 amount. No. But I will agree in market force for Jonathan to talk about market force. A 10-tire lateral of sand in Ota, depending on the distance, is 90,000. Mommy, you will pay police extortion, you pay agro, you will pay diesel, another force. What I'm saying is that the many agents in South in Nigeria don't have their own house in their village. They will tell the landlord to increase their rent. Nothing will happen.
Really?
So landlord will tell you they don't want agents. So landlord will not be say they want to help you. They want to chop everything, chop damages, the top that is top. I was a witness and I'm still a witness. Sister, some agents in Nigeria, 80%, after devil, now them is the second devil. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Sister, somebody will build a house in 1717, Russian Revolution, and increase it to amount of 2027 amount. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm
now, you get one I know well.
Okay, hold on a second. I must interrupt you here. Pardon me. I have to be off on a break. I'm going to ask you, hang in there or you
I never ran off, I go call back at you.
Okay.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
Mom's love is pure. It's so she does. Mom's special jollof puts a smile on your face. Mom's you'll be fine. Cheers you up. Mom's tasty stew nourishes the family. Golden hair oil, tasty. Golden hair oil, nourishing. Golden
helps Mom pour her love in the tasty, nourishing meals she cooks for her family. Golden Terra Oil, pour pure love.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire. Their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight. Each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher. The battle returns and it's full of fire. Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Then step right up. It's time for more.
Live auditions for Fan Battle 4 are on Saturday, May the 10th from 10 a.m. at Nigeria Info Studios, 267A at Tim Ian Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos.
Fan Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
Everyone says I'm beautiful and bold. They say I'm fashionable, and to crown it up, very confident. And my secret is...
People say I'm good looking, funny, hardworking, and to crown it up, very confident. And my secret is...
So whether in the office or at home,
in the streets or on the dance floor,
anytime, any day, I never lose my confidence. And the secret to my confidence is Wazobia perfume.
Absolutely. Wazobia perfume gives the authenticity and long-lasting fragrance all day. That's my secret confidence.
Wazobia perfume is available in body spray.
Also available in supermarkets and markets near you. Wazobia perfume, the correct scent.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire. Their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight. Each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher. The battle returns and it's full of fire. Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Then step right up. It's time for more.
Live auditions for Fan Battle 4 are on Saturday, May the 10th from 10 a.m. at Nigeria Info Studios, 267A at Tim Ian Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos.
Fan Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
Lagos, it's time to turn up. Yes, Drinks Fest Lagos is here to set you on your vibe level. Yes, you're going to have your vibes on fire, and it's going to be fun all round. 2 incredible days, May the 30th. May the 30th to May the 31st, 2025 at the Landmark Event Center, Victoria Island, Lagos. That's where it's happening. The Drinks Showcase is happening live. A celebration of drinks. If you know about drinks, if you love drinks, if you're a connoisseur of sorts, this is the place to be. It's going to be Lagos culture, beautiful people, and good vibes all around. Get ready for a drink showcase like no other. Live entertainment, music, and festive vibes. Plus, you get to meet the masters behind your favorite mixes. What is this drinks showcase without the best entertainment? Get ready to be entertained by DJ Neptune, DJ K-Wise, Alternate Sounds, DJ Bone Marrow, DJ Beast, GKB Circus Characters, Tribe 1 performers, and it will be hosted by the Energy God himself, D.O. to the T-U-N, alongside Melody, not M-I-A. Don't miss Lagos's hottest event to kick off 2025. Grab your crew and get your ticket at the website that is www.tix.africa. That is tix.africa. Drinks Fest Lagos is organized by Drinks Fest Lagos and without a box. Go get your tickets at tix.africa. Follow at Drinks Fest Lag on Instagram and on X. And of course, on TikTok, it's Drinks Fest Lagos. It's the same thing on Facebook. For all the exciting updates, go to these social media addresses and get all the information that you need. Drink and enjoy responsibly. Make sure you're above the age of 18 because it's 18 plus only.
99.3 Nigeria Info. The sunny side is 1:30 on the clock, and we're discussing your challenges with housing in Lagos, particularly in the last 1 year, 2 years, how quickly rent has pretty much risen, and the difficulty with trying to manage the cost, plus other costs that inform the living standard in Nigeria today. You're on the sunny side. My name is Joyce. It's a beautiful Wednesday afternoon to you.
Tick, says the clock. What we have to do today is worthy of note.
This is Sunny Side with Joyce, only on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Okay, so this message here says this conversation or an aspect of it was discussed about a few weeks ago while I was away. And you say, life is becoming more unbearable for people now. Imagine how can someone who's earning, like, say, something less than 100,000 naira be able to afford that kind of rent? In another way, this is encouraging stealing in public offices and the rituals in society. I guess you may say that that's a point. Hi, Joyce. I wanted to let you know that we are currently discussing this topic, as well as several other topics that you've raised, as symptoms of deeper systemic failures. In my view, Nigeria functions as a failed state, and the resulting breakdown is evident in nearly every aspect of society. It's become a free-for-all where irresponsibility thrives unchecked, whether from landlords, tenants, housing agents, or even everyday citizens. The list, unfortunately, keeps growing. This is Anthony from Huddersfield, the UK. Thank you so much for writing me. And Nigerians who pretty much are, I think that's every Nigerian. You're listening to the show right now. I'm curious as to what you think the solution should be. Now, someone is saying that the media or those who are socially active on social media should be the ones to draw the attention of the government. I have to find that message, by the way. To draw the attention of the government to these issues. To be honest with you, I think this is the duty of all Nigerians. There isn't any Nigerian that can be left out. It's a collective effort. It's something all of Nigerians who are affected by the matter will have to come together and decide what should be done about it. In the absence of that, I'm hoping that you've been Nigerian enough, for a certain amount of time to understand that sometimes if you don't complain and if you don't take your own pain seriously, it's a little difficult for someone outside of yourself to take the problem seriously. We're talking you on the sunny side. Okay, so I'm going to go to the telephone lines now. Hello, so good to have you join the conversation. Welcome.
Make a round of Auntie Sister.
There you are. Sure.
So, sister, you get one guy, 2023 October. He gave agent 50,000. He gave 5,000 registration. The distance is from most of the underbridge to Dwarf Center before PWT. The guy don't like the house. Okay, they found back my money. The agent did not give the for transport. I had to take the boat to Wende Barracks. When they arrested the guy, he paid 50,000, give the soldier 20,000 for food, and he collected 5 slaps. Better one or one. Many agents are doing like that.
I'm not even
following.
Okay, I'm listening. I'm really trying to follow.
But that guy, but the thing is, I never see him. But I'm happy. Okay. So what I want to tell you is some agents will increase. I tell others, some they increase. And they'll be telling Ekucheta, Ekaleta, Ejosa, and from that Sasa, the landlord can even win the house with the agents. That's why I agree some part with that voice note that some of us will do for ourselves.
Okay.
But remember, if they say Nigerians are doing themselves, tomorrow night you go hear that me off Viva, or Sister Joyce Onyemuwa, or Sister Joyce Onyemuwa off Viva. So nobody will include me for all this nonsense when they happen for Nigeria. Okay. I don't know what since 1999. Maybe I'm not going to generalize. I'm not an agent. Thank you very much.
Okay, sure. 99.3 Nigeria Info. This gentleman, Sheon from Yaba, says, I'm about to rent an apartment for 4 million naira, but the agency fee and the caution deposit alone is 1.4 million. That's just the middlemen. They drive up the cost unnecessarily. And really, how will the government regulate rent when the bigger issue is the individuals? If people acted more fairly, we wouldn't even need that much of an intervention. The government builds housing and sells it, but before long, the prices skyrocket, making it unaffordable for the average person. Thank you, Sean, for writing me. I do appreciate. Now, that's also the thing. It's like you want to rent an apartment for $4 million, and the middlemen will take $1.4 million. So certainly there is a kind of greed at play here, a form of corruption, really. And now Nigerians have to decide how well we can manage it. If you're an agent and you think there's something that can be done, we would love to get your view on this matter this afternoon. This one goes, good afternoon. I'm always happy hearing your program. God bless you. Thanks. This is Hamid from Ikorodu. Thank you so much for writing me. You're on the sunny side. Welcome. Turn off the volume of your radio set.
Good afternoon.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon to you.
My name is Ndubisi calling from Ijaniki.
Yeah.
Auntie Joyce, there is something I want to tell you and tell Nigeria. We quickly forget something. During Buhari government, there is one civil servant that has over 300 buildings that EFCC recovered from him. What happened to that building? Going to Bafo, Muwo, that is where they call Buhari Estate, where they impede a lot of house. No human being is staying in that place. People can confirm. It's in our house. Why can't government give it out for people? Why is like this in Lagos is that the population is much. Insecurity everywhere. Everybody is rushing to Lagos. Because it's only Lagos that have peace. That's why it is like that. Number 2. Number 3. Amechi did run away from Abuja to Niger. Who is living in Niger? Who is going to Niger? Why can't Amechi be there and away from Lagos to Southeast? If I close work now, I can enter train to my village. It will reduce the population in Lagos. But government will not do it. You are blaming landlords. As I'm struggling now, planning to get a quarter plot in this Lagos to build a room and plus self-contained. We are turning to Area and say, tomorrow instead should give it out for 1 naira. Do you know how much they're selling bag of cement? Do you know how much they're selling building material today? Nobody should blame any landlords. Nobody should blame it. Blame your government. Your government have failed and failed woefully. If you can see a train now from Lagos to Southeast, if I close my work now, I will enter that train and go back to my village. House will be cheap in Lagos. People are staying in London. Some of them went to work to Germany. They will come back to London. I have a lot of friends that stay in London, but they work in Germany. They move through train. I don't know human being. Nigerian government, they are failure. They don't have anything in their brain. Me that is talking to you who did not go to school, I have said more than them. If I become a Nigerian president today, everything will be easy. But they will not do it because of politics. I'm actually do roads anywhere to Niger. Believing that the Buhari will make him a president. Let him come and be the president now. The Niger road now, the train road, who is using it? Who is passing that road now? Waste billions of naira. Wasting money everywhere. They don't have anything. They're upstairs. They say they're leaders. Let them lead their children. They're not leading me. I'm leading myself. And God who created me is the one that leading me. Thank you. May God bless you, my sister.
Sure.
Have a nice
Thank
day.
you so much for calling me. I do appreciate. This one goes, corruption is deeply ingrained problem in Nigeria, diverting resources away from public services and hindering development. This includes embezzlement, bribery, and political patronage, which undermines the government's ability to effectively allocate funds and provide services. I think we know this. The question is, what are we going to do about it? This message here, hold on, let me just read it first. Joyce, in Lagos, people earning 100,000 a month are to live under the bridge or in an open field. Hold on, I think it was a few months ago. There was a video of an evacuation that was happening under one of the, I'm not sure if around Ikoyi, and the people who were asked to leave that location, they were paying about 150,000 naira for a space under the bridge. I did not believe it. 150,000. Anybody seen that video? Please. You just reminded me of this. I would like, if you have that video, please just send it to me. I thought it was maybe a fabricated tale until, the government pretty much stepped in to interview those who were residents beneath the bridge and asking them how much rent they paid there. So here now, this gentleman is saying people earning 100,000 naira a month are to live under the bridge or in an open field because the rent of 700,000 to a million plus 200k maintenance due for self-contained, you are paying about 80%. No, you're paying 80k per month for accommodation. Hold on a second. Let me see if I got your sentence correct. You say the rent is 700 to a million plus 200k maintenance due for self-con. You are paying about 80k per month for accommodation. I'm not sure. You say that's crazy. Who will help a common man in Lagos? Good question, because that's exactly why we are having this conversation to determine what Nigerians deem fair, whether they expect the government to play a role, and what they will do about that demand. This is a Deola from Ogba. He says, Konko Jabele, the Yoruba saying quoted by the other person, means that everyone behaves as they like without regulation. I think it's the government's involvement that should bring prices down. However, go around Lagos and check the prices of flats built by government, either state or local, and you'll discover that they are actually as expensive as the private ones. Most of them are also not for rent, but for instant sales. Okay, so the Nigerian people have an expectation of this government, but how are you going to get your expectation forward? Because this is also a very, very good import here, where this gentleman says the government apartments built are equally as expensive as the private ones. So in a sense, even the government is exploiting her citizens. Okay, we're talking. Welcome to the show. How are you? So good to have you on the sunny side this afternoon.
Yeah, Joyce, good afternoon.
Afternoon. Welcome. Tell the shame. Go ahead.
Okay, my name is Fina. So the point here is this. Like second to the last caller said, things are very expensive, Joyce. It's not easy to put any structure in Lagos here right now. So me, if you ask me, I'm going to blame our leaders in the sense that if things are cheap, if materials are cheap, I'm helping my brother to supervise his project, Joyce, to come and see. Do you know that a trip of sand right now, as I'm speaking to you, a trip of sand right now, as I'm speaking to you, to come to your site is 300 and something, 20 tons. Something they were buying 50,000. I'm calling from Ikorodu. I actually want to call on this case because 50,000 naira before. Now, they increased it to 180. Last week, they went on strike. Last week, they went on strike. Resuming 2 weeks after, they said that particular one that are saying 50 is now 180,000. This is sand alone. Then when you want to pay for driver to convey your sand, that one is 200,000. Then for you to get a 20 trips of sand in your site right now, anywhere in Lagos is up to 400,000. Because no driver will collect 100,000 naira for you. For people who go buy sand, it's not people who just give driver money. If you want to give driver money to buy sand for you, you will collect nothing less than 450 from you right now for 20 tons. Now go to cement. How much is cement? How much is a bag of cement? If we have a competitive sector in Nigeria where other persons are producing, cement cannot be up to 5,000, 3,000 for us. Now go to iron. Iron that are selling 2,000 naira before, now is 12,000, 12 mm.
Wow.
Something 2.5 is 12,000 naira, 12 mm, not 16 mm, not people that is building upstairs. So, Joe, you cannot build that thing finish and come and play with your tenant or collect shishi from the person. No. Because you want to start getting your money back. It's not easy to put any structure, even in a two-bedroom flat. So let's blame our leaders to do things right. Bring down the cement. Why is our cement 10,000 right now? Why are they selling cement 10,000 in Nigeria? Why is Dangote selling? Because now in the control price. Our leaders are supposed to say, Dangote, come. My people cannot buy this thing at this rate. You and everything. The test is warm down now. Once some of the farmers you can take 1 naira from you. Good afternoon.
Thank you so much for the door. The gentleman here, you didn't even help me compress the story here. Has forwarded the story. Even under 1,000 86. So here is the news article. 6 rooms with 250,000 a year under Lake Bridge. on a bridge. Okay, tenants are said to be paying 250 per annum on the bridge. Have shared information via a poll on NSA. He added that the 40 of big statements and investors successfully moved constructing today, taking utilized for legal activities from beneath the Dolphin Bridge. By the way, thank you. I don't have you on thank you. Wow. Confirmed that the bridge housed 86 rooms, partitioned into 10 by 10, 12 by 10, with squatters paying an average of $250,000 a year under a bridge. So whatever this is, I'm not sure there is a name for it, but I sense that if the economic ability of the Nigerian doesn't get better, the sector could collapse on itself because you price people out of housing. And I'm not even sure what people will do, but if people are unable to afford rent as they should, well, I guess your guess is as good as mine. Okay, the sunny side. It's so good to have you join the conversation. Welcome to Nigeria Info.
Yeah, Joyce, good afternoon.
Afternoon to you. Thank you so much for calling. What's your name?
My name is Shile. I'm calling from the island.
Thank you, Shile, for calling.
Yeah, well, Joyce, the situation at hand is just a total collapse of the government. And how do I mean? Where there are rules and regulations, everybody will play within the rules. But when you have a government that have no rules, or they have rules, or perhaps they are not even interested in enforcement, how do you now ensure that anybody will comply with the rule? Now, we have tenancy law. But tenancy law does not even say that, oh, this is the level of increment. It just says a reasonable, landlord and tenant needs to agree. In the event that you don't agree, I'll ask you to leave my house and you leave. And also, government, because they've allowed this transaction to be subject to the rules of economics, that is the demand and supply. There are lots of demand and little supply. So if I say, for example, that my house is a million naira and the going rate in that area is just 700, before one or two person comes to check, the place is already gotten. So but why do I have to think about another person if there is another person that's willing to match my price? Yeah. But however, when you look at the general outlook of the economy, if you see, you can't look at it from your own perspective alone. These landlords too, they've invested. It's an investment, and they need to recoup their investment. It may be very, very hard. It may be sad, but what it is what it is. Look at how much they sell sand now. Look at how much you buy blocks. Look at how much you buy cement. Look at how much you buy iron. Look at how much you pay labor. At the end of the day, where is this cost? Where is it going to come from? It's going on the rent. So if the economy is good generally, you will see that the rent will be favorable. Last year, my friend got a place in Bagada for less than 2 million. Guess what? The same apartment this year is going for 4.5. You can imagine. You can imagine how the thing grew. I was livid that what is happening here. But where there are no regulations, anybody can call this price any amount as long as they are willing buyer. So it's a free market.
Yeah, but
willing
can
seller,
I ask
willing
a question?
buyer.
Isn't that also the problem
Yes,
where
sir.
an accommodation goes from 2 million to 4.5 million? Isn't that a stretch? Isn't that unfair? Isn't that greedy?
My sister, it may look very unfair. It may look greedy. But look at the economy. Is the economy fair? Is the inflation fair? The prices of things, are they fair? So the landlord too is going to be buying things now. The landlord is not living in Mars or is living in Jupiter. He's living on this earth with you now. So he needs to level up with what he has. So it's the general collapse of the government. So now even the government now, for them to even provide a land that people can even buy as government scheme, go and ask Lagos State if they have any scheme. They've sold everything to private developers. They are just selling to private developers. Just bring money, they will sell to you. No more scheme. There's no scheme. I was there yesterday asking them, is there any scheme at all? Because when we were growing, we know about Lekki Scheme 1, Lekki Scheme 2, Abidjan, all these schemes.
Yeah,
so that we can buy and be paying bit by bit.
Yeah.
There is no scheme. No single scheme again. Everything is for private developers. Bring 300 million, they will give you land. Bring big money, they will give you land. But even government itself are not even, we have very irresponsible government that are collapsed and not even, ready to do anything about taking care of the people. Why not somebody would be paying rent of 250,000 under the bridge? Why wouldn't they be paying rent under the bridge? Is it supposed to be so? But we have government that is useless. So yes, I want to blame people that yes, they may be too, they may be too greedy. This level of increment is just crazy. But then government has a larger percentage of the blame. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling. I do appreciate it. If you're a Nigerian listening, I'm guessing you are thinking, that's quite a pair. Our future has been mortgaged. Hello, you're on the sunny side. It's so good to have you join the conversation on Nigeria Info. I think I've lost you. Hopefully you're able to make it back. Nigeria Info, the sunny side. Let me see. Pardon me. Let me get this out of the way, and I'll have you in.
Quick one. At this point, I want to move a motion that the Commissioner for Housing, Lagos, should be invited to this program. I so move. My name is Malcolm Festac. Thank you.
Let those in favor say yay, and those against say nay. Yeah, the sunny side. Tick, says the clock. What we have to do today is worthy of note.
This is Sunny Side with Joyce, only on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Okay, so now this message, well, I think many of you would agree. Good afternoon, sunny side. This is Joseph from Ijede. The landlords in Lagos are capitalizing on the dysfunctional, I think you mean the dysfunction of our government institutions to milk the people. They too are cashing out from the system. Universities are cashing out on student loans. Herdsmen are cashing out on security failure. The list goes on. All right, 3 more minutes before commercial break. I'm going to probably speak to just one more person and then read this message. What about those houses that are not new? Why will landlords and landladies keep increasing house rent? This is Bright from Awoyaya. Well, I mean, I can understand your concern, but it's an investment. That was the import of the last caller, saying if they have an investment, they want to make money off that investment for as long as they can. And if the prices of things in the economy, one is unstable, of course, and keeps increasing, then they're also going to increase the value of their asset, because that really happens in the world of economics. Okay, Nigeria Info, you're on the sunny side. It's good to have you here. Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon. Thank you for calling me. Tell me your name and you can go ahead.
Okay, I am Brother Yokolo. I'm calling from Owe. Government is the cause of all this things. Fuel is too expensive because fuel control most of the things we use in Nigeria. Since our president increased fuel, tell me one thing that is coming down. There's no time the landlord will build his house and give you anyhow. He's buying one bag of cement now, 10,000 naira. How can the landlord, after building the house, then he will just come tell you to come and stay? He must increase everything. So government they are in charge of everything we are using. Let government reduce fuel down. You will see those prices will come down by itself. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling. We're live streaming on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM on YouTube. Your commentary on this matter. But I also think, more importantly, when there are issues like this, Nigerians have to know that Nigeria belongs to them. And when you have a problem and you want the government to listen, Nigerians would need to come together as a collective to drive the singular cause, to get the government to not just listen but to react in a positive light to the benefit of the people. Other than that, if you do nothing about your problem, chances are you may or most likely not get any positive response to the issues. And I think I can say that I fully comprehend the difficulties that we as Nigerians live through, and we have to live through every day. But as long as we're alive, we're in the game, we're in the fight. And as this is one of our many issues, I think the people have to decide how and when they will take the matter before the government to bring about a change for all. We're off on a break. We'll be right back. We're 99.3. This is Nigeria Info. We hold it to be worthy of note. My name's Joyce. We'll be right back.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire, their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight, each word a weapon, each match a fight. but now it's bigger, the stakes much higher, the battle returns, and it's full of fire. Grand Battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Then step right up. It's time for more.
Live auditions for Fan Battle 4 are on Saturday, May the 10th from 10 a.m. at Nigeria Info Studios, 267A at Ian Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos.
Fan Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
Lagos, are you ready for an experience like no other? It's the maiden edition of Drinks Fest Lagos.
The Drinks Showcase.
Happening on the 30th and 31st of May 2025. Venue, Landmark Event Center, Victoria Island, Lagos. 2 days of epic flavors, endless fun, and immaculate vibes. Sample the best drinks, spirits, wines, and more. Premium drinks, beautiful people, and awesome performances featuring DJ Neptune, Alternate Sounds, DJ KYs, DJ Beast,
And other surprise acts.
hosted by the Energy God himself, DO to the TUN, alongside Melody, not MIA. Get your tickets at Tix Africa. Get ready to sip, savor, and celebrate. For sponsorship and more, contact 0708 955 5200. Drinks Fest Lagos.
Drinks Fest Lagos.
The Drinks Showcase, a without-the-box concept.
One of the biggest football fan festivals in Nigeria is back. It's Go Fest 2025. Come turn up the energy. Go Fest 2025 will also feature exhilarating games, food, and comedy. Come watch the UEFA Champions League finals on a super huge screen. Go Fest 2025 will take place on the 31st of May 2025 at the Balmoral Convention Center, Federal Palace Hotel, Ahmadu Bello Way, Victoria Island, Lagos. Time 12 noon. Limited tickets available. Get your free tickets now at www.gofestnigeria.com. Go Fest 2025 is powered by Femi and the Gang and Football Republic, sponsored by Squadron, proudly refreshed by Pepsi.
Tick, says the clock. Tick, says the clock. What we have to do today is worthy of note.
This is Sunny Side with Joyce, only on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
That's also a good thing to say. Oh, Lagos, I was trying to catch up with this. Maybe she should tell her own story. I was trying to ask Vaughn if she had any issues with housing in Lagos, but she has a good story to tell, which I love to hear.
Right, Joyce.
So I was asking you whether you've had like the difficulty of the increment in Lagos, as every other Nigerian has been complaining.
No, and I hope that things stay fairly
we'll
the
pray
same.
for your landlord to not pass away. That's a good way to address this.
I pray so. Anyway, I've lived here for about 5 years now, and rent was only recently increased by 100,000 naira.
So the last 5 years, there wasn't any increment.
There wasn't any increment.
Until recently.
Only
by 100,000. You're living
Joyce,
a miracle.
don't say only, please.
No.
By 100,000 naira. I just hope they don't
You must
listen to
forgive
the show.
me. No. At least this is us saying thank you very much for
Yes,
being. Someone
being
sent
so
a message
considerate.
here also thanking his landlord for not increasing. Well, only just recently increasing,
Increasing,
it too.
yes.
And said for the last 5 years, his rent had not also been increased. I
Mhm.
want to thank those men and women who own
Right.
apartments, who are considerate to Nigerians. Then the others who are considerate but can't help the situation. I have nothing to say. It's 2 p.m. Lagos. We're off on a break to bring to you the news headlines on the sunny side. We'll be right back. Do not go anywhere. We're 99.3. This is Nigeria Info.
2 o'clock. The headline news on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Lagos, here's what we're tracking at this time. In summary, the U.S. National Transportation Safety Board says pilot error and poor safety practices caused the helicopter crash that killed Herbert Wigwe, his wife, son, and 3 others in February last year. Meanwhile, the Lagos State Ministry of Agriculture has launched a new food system strategy to boost food security and cut prices by up to 50%. The Oba of Lagos, Rilwan Akiolu, has condemned the growing get-rich-quick mindset among Nigerian youths, as the Minister of Education, Tunji Alausa, says WAEC and NECO examinations will go fully computer-based starting in November this year. Educationist Dr. Peter Ogudoro says students are not to blame for the poor UTME performance in 2025. He blames systemic failures, poor teacher training, and the lack of digital tools. Federal government inaugurates a committee to review the reform the National Youth Service Corps, as the Senate is set to debate President Bola Tinubu's tax reform bills today after postponing the discussion during its last sitting. Federal High Court judge in Abuja rules that all prosecution documents must be shared with Nnamdi Kanu's defense team before presentation in court, while Professor Patutomi rallies opposition leaders to form a shadow government aimed at challenging President Tinubu's policies. However, Information Minister Mohammed Idris says the idea is unconstitutional and insists that legitimate position must go through the National Assembly. PDP chieftain Shegun Shomi says the party remains united ahead of the 2027 elections. He dismissed fears of a collapse and blamed recent defections on weak personal character. First Lady Oluremi Tinubu and NDLEA Chairman Buba Marwa are calling for grassroots-based solutions to tackle drug abuse. 13 people, including a boat driver, have been kidnapped by pirates along the Isaka River in Rivers State. Police in Ondo State have arrested 41-year-old Oduayo Olomoloton for allegedly stabbing 22-year-old Joy Tale to death during an argument at his father's house in Irele. In business, Nigeria's electricity generation companies are pressing for urgent talks with President Tinubu over unpaid debts totaling 4.7 trillion naira. And on the foreign scene, Pakistan says Indian airstrikes have killed 26 people and is vowing a response, while Delhi says 10 were killed by Pakistani shelling. U.S. President Donald Trump says the opportunity for Russia to participate in the 2026 World Cup could serve as an incentive to end the war in Ukraine. And in sports, the second UEFA Champions League semi-final between PSG and Arsenal kicks off tonight at 8 p.m. And that's all. Thank you for your time. You are listening to The Sunny Side with Joyce, right here at 99.3 Nigeria Info, and I am Yvonne Ohaifo.
Tick, says the clock. What we have to do today is worthy of note.
This is Sunny Side with Joyce, only on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Okay, so I do thank you. Thank you because I'm going to read just a few more messages and we have to go to another conversation. It's not obvious to me that we can have 2 more conversations because I have just 30 minutes. But I think we should do the most interesting of the conversations, okay? But first, let's read this message. My landlord increased my rent, mini flat, from 250,000 to 450,000. No renovations, nothing new added to the apartment. And the house is old. We were 3 tenants and our landlord, we have 2 meters and only one is functioning. Joyce, we were paying 5,000 for light monthly. In January, we were moved to Band A. The landlord increased the light payment from 5,000 to 10. Guess what? You won't believe what happened. We, the tenants, decided to buy check meter and fix to enable us. Oh, you bought the check meter and fixed it to enable you know what you were consuming. My neighbor recharged 10,000 naira. Guess what the landlord did after 3 days? The landlord cut off the light. The landlord issued every tenant quit notice. Some landlords are very wicked in Lagos. This is jokes. So because you found another way to determine what you consumed electricity wise, buying the check meter, The landlord gave you all quit notice. Okay, thank you so much for your message. I do appreciate. This is Ada from Lekki. The government is to be blamed for the housing deficit and the high cost of accommodation in Lagos. Most parts of Jakonde estates was demolished in March of 2024 for no just cause, without providing any alternatives for those affected. Till date, over a year, the lands are empty and most people have gone back to build shanties. Oh, really? Let this be my final message. She says, good afternoon, Adeyemi Oluwabumi. When we were young, there was a government housing estate. We have Jakonde Estate, Gowon Estate, Shagari Estate. They are all low-cost housing estates. Where is government estates these days? Do we still have Minister of Housing at the federal or Commissioner for Housing at state levels again? My answer to you is yes. The question is, what are they doing? Well, that's food for thought and something worthy of note. It's 6 minutes past 2 p.m. We're going to quickly go off on a break. So certainly we all agree that there's a housing deficit. Nigerians must decide what will happen. And remember that all your socio-economic problems are the duty of the government. And if you're not getting the necessary solutions to your problems, it tells you only one thing about the government. When the government will do it, how the government will go about doing it, is partly yours also to determine. So in the meantime, we'll suspend the conversation and wait for whatever develops around the housing and housing conversations in Lagos and around Nigeria. We go off on a break. When we come back, let's talk about aliens. Now, the interesting part about this is because the CIA document, the secret document, suggests that there are aliens in Africa. Good. So in the next few minutes, I want to find out what you think about what these entities are or who they are. I think I'm particularly interested in the fact that there are beings that may or may not look like you listening to Nigeria Info this afternoon that are amongst us. And yeah, curiosity has driven me to bring to you this conversation to find out what your grandmother told you, what your father told you, your great-grandfather told you, what you know, what you believe, and what these things are. Off on a break. When we come back, we'll hold it to be worthy of note on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
If news is your quest, or gist your request, well, somewhere over your rainbows.
Over your rainbow. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. 99.